Shut up and sit down.
Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. You might hear a little bit of background noise, but that's because one of our 3D printers is printing. It's got 63% done, but I need to get this open. So I've had this Batman premium format sitting around so long that I need to make sure that all the pieces are okay before the 30 days are up. It might even be out. I might have even passed that. Anyway, we got to check it out. For any first-time viewers, I'm Jesse, and today we're going to be unboxing this premium format Batman from Sideshow Collectibles. It is the exclusive version, and as you can see, the box is kind of like the Batwoman box that we opened up, but it's kind of plain. There's not much on the sides. There's nothing really going on the back at all. There's nothing over here on this side. And then the front. It's basically just a filtered picture of the statue we're about to open. So for everyone that's a real box collector, Sideshow's kind of gotten lazy on their art print of boxes. Let's go ahead. Let's just dive right into this. I did not decide to get the whole Trinity. I originally did want all three of them, but with the way a lot of my Sideshow pieces have been going, I had actually decided to cancel a lot of those Sideshow pieces. So I'm really hoping that this one turns out to be awesome, because I thought he looked really cool. He's on a smaller base, and I've heard a lot of good things about this one. A little late to the party on this one. Just like right now, I have the XM Batgirl sitting in the box in here. I have the Suicide Squad Prime 1 Batman sitting in its box too. So in this top part, it's just his cape. A nice leather cape. Kind of. It's got like a leather texture to it. You can see the weathering on the bottom. It's a nice soft cape. I do like Prime 1's capes. I also like Sideshow's capes. I also like Prime 1's really big, thick leather capes. I think they're really cool. A lot of people don't like mixed media statues, but I do. And I've had a lot of you guys ask me about the Hush Superman, that why I went sculpted cape version. And I'll clear it up right here. I literally thought when Prime 1 put him up, I thought it was just going to be one version, and I thought it was going to be a sculpted cape or a fabric cape that you can choose. And then as I started to find out that it was going to be either fabric or sculpted, and that the fabric one would have a swivel base and the sculpted one would only have two options of how to pose them, I was a little bummed. But I do like the sculpted cape version. I already put money down on him, so that's the one I'm getting. And everyone already got their fabric cape edition. He looks dope and he's huge. But I'm actually happy he's not coming out yet for me, because I've had so much come out recently. I need a little recuperation. So as you can see, we got Batman, we got his base, we got his hands right here. I believe it made him exclusive to have these Batarang hands. They're kind of like brass knuckle batarangs. Let's go ahead and we'll get his base out. We'll take a look at it. I really did think this base was really cool. Bottom, we have number 61 of 500. You can see right here, it's actually pretty cool. You can hear something kind of loose in it. I'm not sure. There's like some separation right there. Not sure if that's supposed to be that way. I have my Bane from Sideshow as well. You can hear something rattling around in there too. But we got this tombstone, and we got the madness. What's this say? Oh, Mad Dog 4-1, Armadeus Arkham. Let's go ahead, we'll put it up on this. You know, that does kind of bother me. That little, I think these are probably two separate pieces. You can kind of see where it's supposed to be one. Maybe it's supposed to be like that, but I doubt it. That's just kind of what I've come to expect from Sideshow. And recently, I don't know how everyone has thought about it, but Sideshow has not offered a couple of the Berserk pieces and the new Dark Knight Rises Bane or the General Zod. And I have heard that Prime One sent them all the info for these statues, and they still have not posted them themselves. But here's our normal hands. Pretty cool. Here's an open hand. Really nice textures on this Batman. I do think he is really cool. I am very excited about him. Let's go ahead and take a look at his head. Very nice. I was really excited when I seen them announce this piece. I do like the art direction. I still think that original premium format line with the Batman and all those were really cool. So take a look at all these textures. I mean, this Batman has definitely got a really cool suit. He's got his traps. You can see right here, he's got this like elbow pad that hooks up in his suit. It's cool because it looks very complicated, but has a slight element of practicality. You can see, kind of looks like an upside down bat right there. But his shoulders, you can see like he's had some, maybe like bullet, like a shotgun BBs had made contact. He's definitely got some pecs, but a lot of texture. Let's go ahead, let's get him up on his base. He does fit very nicely on there, and this base does feel nice and solid. I'll give him that. The original Batman premium format, it always makes me nervous because he can lean, and it's something that makes you very nervous about where you're putting him. So we got this posable cape. We'll go ahead, and I'm thinking we're gonna have to bend all these wires down, and we'll test it out with it's going. I assume he has to have the cape go in. So there are spots where the cape is literally supposed to feed through, I'm assuming. Seems like if it would have been nice if they had made some like feeder holes, because you got these thick wires in the cape, and they're supposed. Let me move this Prime 1 Batman. I actually think that's about how it's supposed to go on. It's supposed to maybe feed right through there. Yeah, it's probably supposed to have that little bit of like a look that it's not all the way in, I guess. which doesn't quite make the most sense. But alright, so there's supposed to be enough room, if you come over here and look, where his cape would feed through. So let's go ahead and try this. See if we can get all these little wires in here bent just right to make this happen. At least his head makes great contact. Oh, and his cape's not in there. All right. He looks really good when it's not in there, but when it is in there, I guess it's supposed to look like it has that little gap. I guess if you're not staring right at it, it's not the most noticeable thing. This cape is pretty cool though. It'll definitely be very easy to pose with wires in each little section. You can take up as much room or as little room as you would like them to. Let's go ahead, let's see. Put his hand on. His hands fit in there very nice. So you can see this is kind of him with his normal hands on. Which I think his normal hands are pretty cool. This is a very nice base. I do like it. And we can take his hands off. I think his belt is really cool too. It's like a mix of kind of like the Arkham games and the like a classic Batman-ish. So that hand kind of has a little trouble going in there. There we go. I think his batterings are pretty cool. They're unique. Very sharp on the outside. Might accidentally kill somebody with them. But I would guess if you're hanging out with the Trinity, like this piece insinuates, you might be needing to kill some aliens. Kind of like when you see Batman use a battle axe. He is very cool. I do like this cape too. Definitely looks like it fits this style of a Batman. Little dings on the back of his head, I guess. I'd say Sideshow did very well with him. His head connecting kind of bugs me, but I guess if you try hard enough, you spread it out a little bit, maybe you can get it to It is on there pretty solid now. You just need it to go through the spots, like right here, right there, so it doesn't look like it's not supposed to be there. I just don't like how much room there is between right there, because especially when you don't have his head on, it sat pretty flush. I do like the design of his suit. I like how the knee pads and the elbow pads look a lot alike. I like his boots. They look thick. They look like you can kick some ass in them. I like this texture between and how it looks like his suit is a functional style of armor. I think they executed this piece very well. The base is definitely more sturdy looking than the original one. This Batman kind of has like a more complex look than the one that they have fighting Superman, so it's kind of cool that they do look alike, though. They tend to have this look to Batman for Sideshow, which is cool. I do like that Sideshow does do unique pieces. They make things that are their own. Prime 1 kind of specializes in things that exist, but they're basically replicating it for you to own. I do think that his batarangs are cool, but I do think his normal hands are just as cool. So, you know, maybe one of them looks cool. I don't know, if you don't want to spend the extra money to get the special, I don't think you would have to, because if you take a look at him without him, I think the piece is still uniquely Batman. I think he's still very cool. I do like his texture on his bat symbol. I think that's very cool. Now, like all these like interconnectings on him and just making the suit look very functional. I like all the weathering they gave him. They did a really good job with it. I would say I give this Batman a 7 or 8 out of 10. I definitely think he's cool. I think he's awesome. The only feature that kind of bugs me is at least it's in there solid, but I wish they would have gave it like a little more room for that cape to sit in there. But I think his texturing is really good. I think his base is really good. I think it's cool. Kind of looks like a Prime 1 base. How Prime 1 always has the angels sitting down on the bottom. I think his cape is really nice. And I think his pose is really cool. At first I was a little worried about it because it looks kind of funny how he's so hunched over and his neck is craned up. But in person, it seems to kind of work well. It does look a little weird right here. If you come over here, you can see up here where the cape and the cowl, maybe if we could bunch it up a little bit. Make it look like the cape's coming out. I might hide that just a little bit. I definitely will not be getting the Wonder Woman from this set or the Superman. I think the Superman is really cool, but something about his face, it just wasn't, nothing told me to buy it, basically. I think Iron Studios has a really cool 1/3 Superman. All the heads looked cool except the smiling one, but I like their black suited Superman. But I'm waiting to see who else is going to do something. I do like Iron Studios' new Hawkman, which makes it even weirder that Sideshow has posted Iron Studios Hawkman and not any of the Prime 1 pieces. But I think all of us will just have to go to Prime 1 to get our pieces, and Prime 1 offers an awesome point system. I got 160 back on the Joker. It basically neutralizes the 250 you got to pay to ship. My recent Hush Batman said it's going to ship for $180 from Sideshow. It might be because of all the world things that are going on right now, but so I mean 250 to 180, there's not much of a difference there. You will pay some duties, but you're going to get a lot back in Prime 1 points. But I do like this statue. I will give them that. I think it looks cool. It'll go really well with the Batgirl statue that looks to be kind of from the same world. And yeah, I recommend it if this is what you're looking for. He was pretty expensive though. I think he's a $600 statue possibly. So you gotta decide if you want to pay that or you want to pay a few more $100 and get a large 1/3 piece. Stay tuned because I'll be opening the Suicide Squad Prime 1 Batman, and we'll get into that. We'll get into the XM Batgirl very soon. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope it shedded some light on him for you, if you were debating him or not. If you want him, I would say get him. He's cool enough to own. But if you're on the fence, like you don't know, you're not sure, and you're trying to talk yourself into it, pass it, go to the next one. There's going to be really cool things coming out. But I hope everyone enjoyed this video and keep buying toys.